Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FirstEnergy Stadium here as we begin the rain-delayed game against the Hartford Yardgoats. First, we're going to send it down to the field for the national anthem.
Game staff employees, Amanda and Ariane Kane, who will perform our national anthem.
Well, here we are with a rain delay behind us. We are set to start baseball here in Reading, Pennsylvania. Game 2 of this 6-game set. The Reading Fightin' Phils take on the Hartford Yardgoats. Yesterday they took Game 1 in style 5-2 as Bryson Stott hit his not only first but second home run at FirstEnergy Stadium and his first here at Baseball Town. Lots of exciting pitchers yesterday too, a bunch of guys with clean frames and a bunch of strikeouts for the staff as well. Today, James MacArthur will get the start after having a couple of relief outings. He comes back out of the gate. His longest appearance so far has been 4 innings, but since then, the Fightin' pitchers have been getting a little bit longer leash, so we'll see if with his pitch count holds, he'll be able to get through at least 4 tonight and then hand it over to the bullpen. On the opposing side, Garrett Schilling, the right-hander, is making his 7th start in Double-A. He's looking for his just 2nd win of the season, a Rockies 18th round pick back in 2017 out of Xavier. He's 25 years old, spent the last year in High A, and by last year, I mean, of course, 2019. MacArthur warming up on the mound, 80 degrees here at the start of the game in Reading. Just a slight breeze. It's varying. It's coming in from center field right now, so we'll see how that affects this hitter's ballpark here tonight. And as MacArthur throws down, it's going to be to Matera behind the plate tonight. Out in left, Bonifacio making his 2nd start. Gamboa in center and Vierling over in right. Guthrie gets the start in the hot corner tonight. Of course, Stott and Brito remain the middle infielders, and Madison Stokes the guy over there at first. Calling the balls and strikes tonight, Steve Jasinski behind the plate. Kelvis Velez shifting over to first, and that'll mean Emil Jimenez is at 3rd base tonight. Leading things off for Hartford is going to be Matt McLaughlin. We saw him come in and pinch hit in the game last night, but he will get the start today. And MacArthur puts the glove at the waist. And now he will kick and fire home for the first pitch. Tonight, it's up high and a ball. First pitch coming in at 7:26. And I think the rain is behind us, hopefully. As he heads in with the 1-0, it's chopped right back to our pitcher. MacArthur flips underhand over to first, and that'll do it on 2 pitches. There's 1 out here in this ball game. Here's Matt Hearn now. Hearn in yesterday's contest, he was 0 for 3 with a walk. Not much for Hartford yesterday. They did get the 2-run shot out of Melendez, but otherwise just 5 other hits across the board and just 2 runs for Hartford. Here's the first offering to Hearn. It's a called strike outside. beautiful here right now. The heat has dulled a little bit by the rain, and it's a little bit breezy now, cooling off. in Reading. The lights are on as it's cloudy up in the sky. And as we get later into the evening, of course, the visibility goes down. And the 1-1 offering from MacArthur showing signs of bunt is Hearn, but he'll pull back as it's upstairs. Hearn comes into the game with a .235 batting average. 20 hits on the season. And the 2-1 now, it's chopped to second. Daniel Brito fields backhand onto Stokes, and they'll get out number 2 quickly here. Sean Bouchard heading up to the plate. He was in the number 2 hole yesterday, but have slipped down to 3 over 4 last night. Matt McLaughlin was supposed to be in the starting lineup, but got pulled about an hour before the game yesterday. And he was the leadoff guy, so everyone got bumped up. Now he's in it, and everyone gets bumped down. The first offering a ball to Sean Bouchard. Nice night here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Fightin's, of course, in their home pinstripe unis and the red Fightin Phil's F-Fist hat. Pitches outside to Bouchard. He gets ahead 2-0. Hartford in their road grays, and they've got the blue cap. It's somewhere in between navy and royal. Not sure what they refer to that as. And it's 3 straight balls now from MacArthur. Now he'll get a strike. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. And 2 outs here in the top of the first. And he'll send it deep to right field. On his way back is Vierling, but hang at the wall.
Customers Bank is a proud continued partner of the United Way of Berks County and the Ready, Set, Read initiative. Ready, Set, Read programs focus on improving literacy skills for children from birth through 3rd grade. The Fundamentals of Reading are a community-wide initiative that bring together schools, businesses, organizations, and individuals throughout our area to improve early grade reading success. Customers Bank and the United Way of Berks County are committed to reading success and urge you and your business to support this worthwhile initiative. For more information on Ready, Set, Read and how you can become involved, please visit readysetreadberks.org. And thank you, Customers Bank, for your continued support.
MacArthur sat him down quickly with 2 ground balls and a fly out, and that'll be a 0 on the board for Hartford here as we head into the bottom of the first. The Fightins will take on right-hander Garrett Schilling. He's 6'2", 185 on the mound. He's had some pretty good appearances coming into today. He's got a 4.20 ERA, 30 innings pitched with 29 strikeouts, so just about 1 an inning for the starter. And that's a team-high strikeout count, 29. For the Fightins, Francisco Morales leads that category with 24 on the season, but not far behind him, Zach Warren and a couple other guys. Leading off to face Schilling is going to be Daniel Brito, who's really notched and deserved that top spot in the lineup. Team high 28 hits. And he'll take a first pitch strike. Here's the offering. He chops it up to short. That's Snyder across the diamond, and they'll get 1. Going over the defensive positioning for the Yardgoats, out and left, Bouchard in center, Hearn and Melendez over at right. McLaughlin in the hot corner, Snyder, Montez, and Montero from left to right, and George continues on behind the plate. Here's Bryson Stott. Obviously, the rookie went 3 for 4 yesterday, all extra base hits. He's got 7 walks in just 7 games. And I got to talk to him last night after the game. He goes for the bunt here. He pops it up the third base line, and with the shift on, he's all the way to first. He's going to second. He's going to hang tight and an impressive bunt. And he showcased what I was about to say right there, maturity. He was fantastic to interview, gave lots of really well thought out answers. He didn't try to just evade it with a yes or no. He really thought about what he was going to say and conveyed it in a bright and well-spoken manner. I was really impressed. Just 23 years old and not spend a lot of time in professional ball. And mature personality and mature approach at the plate. Talks about his patience and consistency. As the first offering to Veerling, they're going to try to get Stott, but they don't. And he'll slide back into first safely. A nice throw by George down to first, but it was just not in time. Matt Veerling about as far back into that righty batter's box as you can get. And here's the offering. It's a called strike. He falls behind 0-2 with one out here and a runner on. Montero holding on Stott at first, but the rest of the guys back on the outfield grass edge. Bonifacio in the on-deck circle. And here's the 0-2 to Veerling. It's just low. George trying to frame it really hard behind the plate, but not able to. Big crowd here at FirstEnergy Stadium. I think the biggest I've seen so far. Pretty much the red general admission seats almost completely filled. And here's the 1-2. It's chopped up. It's short rolling. Stott going over. They try to tag Veerling up the first baseline, and they get him as Schilling tags him out about halfway to first. And it almost looked like Veerling didn't mean to swing at that pitch. He was trying to hold himself back, but he made contact, and so he'll be retired as Stott gets himself into scoring position now with 2 away. Bonifacio now. Commanding up at the dish. Schilling looks back at Stott. No one's covering the bag. They're trying to. They're going for it. Did they get him? He's safe. That was pretty close as Montez over at second is just steps away from the bag, but Stott paying attention, able to slide back head first in time. We'll see if Schilling goes to Bonifacio this time, and he does. It's inside, but a strike, and the count 0-1. Two outs now in the bottom of the first. We're still tied at 0, but there's a runner on for Jorge Bonifacio, who sends one deep to center field. It's not going to make it out of here, as it's going to be Hearn or Bouchard, and Bouchard making the catch in left center. That'll retire the Fightin' Phils, and they leave a runner on as we head into the top of the second. It's still tied at 0.
Gear up season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phils team store at FirstEnergy Stadium, or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phils hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selection of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading hot dog gear, plus throwback black R-Trains R-Phils attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
The Reading Fightin' Phils, in conjunction with Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays, are proud to partner with the eXp Realty Group throughout the 2021 season. Visit their convenient website at brgpa.com. The custom search bar makes house hunting online easier than ever, and their talented team of agents is here to answer all your questions. Call them today at 610-926-8610. eXp Realty Group is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils at all 7 Savage 61 Fiesta Friday games during the 2021 season. eXp Realty Group, where every move matters.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fighting Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs.
Well, we're back here at FirstEnergy Stadium, Emily Messina, live on the airways with you here as we head into the top of the second inning, scoreless. Fightin Phils stranded a base runner off of that quality bunt by Bryson Stott. And MacArthur returns for another inning of work. This time he'll face Eliuris Montero, Coco Montez, and Snyder. Montero still doing that squat as he enters the batter's box. Here's MacArthur's first offering. It's a strike. He made it through the first inning on just 11 pitches to retire the side. And now he'll come home with the 0-1. It's chopped up again, MacArthur, and he'll toss it underhand to Stokes. And that will be one away. And that's the same exact play that he made to begin the first inning. MacArthur featuring a fastball, slider, curveball, and changeup. We'll see what he showcases here in the first time around the lineup and then see if he brings in a couple other versatile pitches as he faces them the second and third time. A fastball misses outside. It's 95 on the radar gun. Now he'll get a called strike to Montez. One out here in the top of the second. And he'll take a ball this time. Well, I've already gone over tonight's team leaders, but they were brought by the Fan Zone North Point Bank, Joanna Arias, and James MacArthur nabs Coco Montez. So that will send Montez now to first, and they'll have a runner on in the top of the second with one away for Taylor Snyder. Snyder near the plate, pretty much crowding the dish. And it'll be a ball outside. Montez taking quite a lead over on first. MacArthur has to turn his body around to see him. And this is really inside as MacArthur is struggling with control a little bit right now. Now Matera's going to take a second to run out there and just double check on how things are going. And that's good enough as he heads back behind the dish. I was talking to Matera last night about the fact that he chooses to do the old school helmet with the face mask instead of that hockey style catcher's mask that most guys use, because the difference is that this is two pieces and the hockey style mask is just one. So I was asking him, you know, why do you do that? Isn't it kind of annoying when you have to rip it off to see something? And he said, no, I've got it down pat. There's no particular reason why he chooses that over the other thing, but it'll be a walk now to Taylor Snyder, and there's two runners on with just one out now for James MacArthur. Manny Melendez, the guy who sent one over the fence in yesterday's contest, will be the batter now. And now there will be a mound visit. Brad Bergeson coming out to have a quick chat with MacArthur. When MacArthur struggles, it's typically been the first inning where he has a 7.50 ERA, but he's usually able to settle down after that. And he does have one out, so all it would take is a double play to just end this and restart. And we'll see what he can do here against Melendez now as he heads back into the batter's box. In the first inning, this is a cool stat here as he comes home now to Melendez, it's a strike. In the first inning, opposing batters hit .318 off of MacArthur. In the second inning, they've averaged .125. So sometimes it takes him a little bit to settle in, and then he's able to pull it together, and he'll send the 0-1 home. It's outside. It's a called strike now to Melendez, and MacArthur getting ahead with 2 on and 1 out. Fightin Phil's infield playing at their typical stance. MacArthur setting up on the first base side of the rubber. He looks back, and this one is sent upstairs. And the count evens 2-2. Runner on first and second for the Yardgoats here. 1 away now. James MacArthur working his way out of a jam. And instead, Melendez sends it back onto the roof. And here's my foul ball read that I keep forgetting. The foul ball is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Insurance Fraud Prevention Authority. Only weasels commit insurance fraud. Visit don'tbeaweasel.com today. And now he'll send it into foul territory. Chasing it down is Guthrie, and he makes a over-the-head catch in foul territory, just in front of the bullpen out there, and he had to hustle and make kind of a basket catch over his head. That's a big pickup as the runners are not able to advance. And now it's a change in ball game here as there's 2 outs for James MacArthur. It'll be Max George, who has just 7 RBIs on the season. The score is still tied at 0 here in the top of the second. MacArthur will look back. Now he comes home, and he'll get the called strike he's looking for. Runners are going to go on anything here with 2 outs now. And we thank Service Electric today for providing a TV broadcast if you have that feed. And you want to go watch the game if you don't have access to MILB TV, you can do so, but you'll be listening to the wonderful broadcast of Service Electric, which is Dan and Tim over there. And here's now the 1-1 from MacArthur. It's just high, and I mean just high as he misses his area, 80-mile-an-hour changeup. Runners on first and second here with 2 outs. And James MacArthur looking to get out of this inning without any damage. He does have an open base as the count moves to 3-1. And now he'll go home, and he misses his strike again, so it'll be bases loaded now with 2 outs for the Hartford Yardgoats. Garrett Schilling, the pitcher, is up to bat now. He has had 2 at-bats. He struck out in both of them, and so has a .000 batting average. And if he puts down a solid bunt, that I would be imagining that's what he's going to do. The infield back deep puts them in a tough spot to field a bunt. Squeeze maybe. We'll see what they have to go for. And here's the offering. It misses outside, so the count moves to 2-0. Obviously not a clear spot to put anyone. The Fightin's trying to retain their tie score of 0 right now. And MacArthur up to 34 pitches now, trying to get out of the second. He sends one home. This time he'll get the strike he's looking for. And here's the 2-1. It misses downstairs. It's 3-1. The fans are not happy with the calls of the umpires here. What happened was Montez hit by a pitch. Snyder and George walked. And that's how we have the bases loaded here now in the top of the second with 2 outs. Here's the 3-1, and he'll walk a run in. Tough way for the Fightin Phils to start this out, but it's just 1 across. Definitely could have been worse, and he'll get back to the top of the order with Matt McLaughlin. McLaughlin grounded out in his first at-bat. And the bases are still loaded full of Hartford Yardgoats. The lowest amount of earned runs that MacArthur's log is 1. The highest is 5. But he'll get a called strike here against McLaughlin. And here's the 0-1. It's another called strike. 95 he hits on the gun. And the fans are getting a little chippy with the umps now. He's looking for the final out of this inning. Will he get it? And it's going to be a slow rolling pop as Matt Vierling makes the catch on the run over his shoulder. And it's been the defense that saved this inning for the Fightins. Only 1 run across in the top of the second for the Yardgoats. Definitely could have been much worse. We'll take a short break as we head into the bottom half of the second.
What does it mean to bank locally with Tompkins? It means keeping your money in your community with a team of neighbors to guide you through big decisions and milestones. Plus all the convenience of our mobile app where you can manage your account, deposit checks remotely, send money to family and friends, even turn your card off if it gets misplaced, then back on when you find it. Ready to bank locally with the team at Tompkins? Visit Tompkins Vist Bank online or at a branch to get started. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Copa de la Diversión is an initiative of MILB which creates alternate identities for teams across the country wishing to better reach out to their Latino communities. The new identity represents more than a luchador. Luchar means to fight for, and luchador translates to fighter. But it also signifies a specific type of fighter, a masked wrestler. The mask logo pays tribute to some of the most notable elements of the city of Reading. Embodied in the luchador's masks is Reading's pagoda, surrounded by 23 sun rays representing the Latin American countries and Puerto Rico. Down the bridge of the nose is Reading's fire tower. Home plate serves as a luchador's mouth, with FirstEnergy Stadium's facade creating the upper lip. Below the chin are train tracks, symbolic of the historic Reading Railroad. And along the side are baseball seams, a nod to Baseball Town's rich history. Fans can look forward to the Our Phils players suiting up in Los Luchadores de Reading caps and jerseys on specific games throughout the season.
round of applause for the first packy, Crazy Dog Vendor.
Well, an exciting half inning with the Crazy Hot Dog Vendor, and now as we head into the bottom half, the Fightins are down by just 1 run, but leading it off for us is Madison Stokes. 2 really great defensive plays to get out of the second. That foul pop-up over to third by Guthrie, and of course Matt Vierling's catch over his shoulder out and right. So back on the mound is Schilling, and his first offering a high fastball to Guthrie that he swings through. Now he'll take a called strike outside. Caught up with Guthrie before the game as he was having a pregame hot dog, and he fouls it back into the net. And I joked with him. He's gonna send it. That's what's gonna make you send it over the fence. So we'll see if he's able to take on that today. Madison Stokes and Tatum today taking a little extra BP with Tyler Henson along with Dalton Guthrie, and just working on some extra stuff. And here's the pitch. It's inside, it misses, and it evens out 2-2. Wind has slowed down here at the ballpark as Stokes pops one high in the sky, and it's right to the second baseman, Montez. He'll make the first out here in the top, or the bottom of the second, excuse me. Here's Archimedes Gamboa. Gamboa sends one straight out to center field. Going back is Hearn, and at the warning track, he'll make the catch in deep center. And Gamboa swinging on the first pitch he sees. Quickly, there's 2 outs here at the bottom of the second. And here's Nick Matera now. He'll step into the righty batter's box, and outside the pitch comes in. Popcorn, pretzel, soda candy being handed out around the ballpark. And the 1-0 makes it 2-0 with a ball downstairs. We'll take another one outside, and that's 3 straight from Schilling. Some interesting team comparisons for both of these guys. They're very similar makeups with a couple high prospects in the top 30s and then some younger guys who might have skipped a level with the pandemic year. And Matera will take a 4-pitch walk. He'll head on base here with 2 outs now for Dalton Guthrie. Fightin's combined team batting average 201 compared to Hartford's 223. But the Fightins take the mark in the long ball. They've hit 31 home runs this season compared to the 28 by the Yardgoats. And I think what's really helped the Fightins is the number of strikeouts that their pitching staff accrues and the limited amount of strikeouts that their batters accrue. is definitely lower in comparison to other teams, as the Fightins have acquired 314 from their pitching staff, and 309 have only happened to their batters, where on the flip side, their Hartford's pitching staff has only recorded 259. So there's about a 50 strikeout difference between the amount of strikeouts that our team pitches compared to the other team. I think I'm making that really complicated. Our pitchers strike out more batters than opposing teams. Simple. Our batters strike out less than opposing teams. 30 strikeouts less than Hartford. So I think if they can keep that up in this series, they'll be able to stay on top. And the 2-2 now is chopped short by Guthrie. Picking it up is George. He fires, and it's way too high for Montero at first. He has to jump up to make the catch. And it was not a bunt by Guthrie, but it was just chopped off the bat. And obviously, Schilling not able to make the play as George picks it up. Guthrie's got himself on base with what I assume is a base hit. I'm not sure they're going to rule that an error, but we'll see what our official scoring comes in as. And, of course, Matera shifting to second. Here's James MacArthur as the pitcher has his second opportunity to bat. Only one plate appearance and nothing across. And he'll take a called strike. Now there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. The Fightins trail by a run, but they are threatening now with 2 on. James MacArthur got a little bat movement up on his shoulder. He's a big guy up at the plate. 6'7", 230, so he's towering in the batter's box. And he'll fall behind 0-2 now. Here's the offering from Schilling, and he fouls a heater back into the seats. And man, I want to know the exit velocity. And MacArthur fouls another one off. This one up the first base line. I think if he was able to right the ship, that would have been smoked, especially just 330 down the first base line. And he'll send it. Is it going to go in the gap? A diving Montez, not able to come up with it. And James MacArthur with an RBI single as the throw home. They're not able to get it. Guthrie with the heads up, and he'll come home as well. And a big 2-run single there for James MacArthur. Now, I don't think they're going to score it as a 2-run single, as he probably advanced on the throw. But wow. Did James MacArthur deliver? And your pitcher is doing it all here as the Fightins are up 2-1. So wait for the scoring to come in right now. But what happened, most importantly, is that your pitcher got a hit and 2 runs scored. Tough play for Montez over at second. I think he did the best he could with the dive. And the throw coming into George was good, but it was in the dirt. And so how that's going to be scored is a single for James MacArthur, so he'll get credit for that. And Matera and Guthrie are scoring on the error by the right fielder, who had a bad throw at the plate. And now sending this deep to right field is Brito. And it just moves foul as the wind pushing just a little bit to the right. He hasn't had a home run on the season yet, but he definitely has the power behind him to do it. Fightin Phil's up 2-1 now with an exciting play from James MacArthur. And the throw was good, but George fumbled it. And it went right past him. And Guthrie with the heads-up play able to Brito sending it foul. Is he gonna run out of room over there at third? He does. And he is fighting during this at-bat. And it'll go into foul territory, and dropping just outside of the reach of Snyder, McLaughlin, and Bouchard, who were all covering. And Brito fighting during this at-bat. His fourth straight foul ball. And a runner on second is James MacArthur with 2 outs. And he fouls it back again into the stands. So 5 straight foul balls now from Brito, if he can line it up. And he'll swing and miss as he falls down on strikes. So that'll be the end of the inning. But James MacArthur delivering with a base hit, and then the Fightins capitalize on an error by the right fielder and score 2 runs. And James MacArthur getting a ton of high fives from his teammates as we head back into the dugout. As we head into the third, Fightins up 2-1.
Spend some quality time with the family by taking them out to a ball game every Sunday home game at FirstEnergy Stadium. Sundays are Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Classic Harley-Davidson. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $50 when purchased in advance. Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long here at FirstEnergy Stadium. The Fightins feature special post-game concerts throughout the entire season with more live music than anywhere else in Berks County. Each post-game concert features $1 off St. Boniface Brewing and live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's post-game concerts thanks to St. Boniface Brewing. From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Well, James MacArthur does it all as he comes back for another inning of work on the mound. He'll come back a hitter as well, recorded 1 on the season, batting .500 right now and 2 runs scored. And the Fightins are leading now 2-1 as we head into the third inning. MacArthur took him a couple pitches to get out of the second, and by a couple, I mean 29. So he's at 40 pitches right now, and he'll head back in for his third inning of work.
The center fielder number 2, Matt Kern.
And the first home offering by MacArthur is sent strongly to left field. Coming over is Bonifacio, and he makes the catch in the bullpen. So 1 pitch, 1 out now for MacArthur. And that's a way to get through an inning quick, is when the batters swing on the first pitch. Sean Bouchard now heading up to the plate. And MacArthur's first offering is a strike. I can't imagine the kind of change in, I don't know what he was feeling mentally, emotionally when he came out of the second. He did get himself out of a jam with the bases loaded as he gets a swinging strike now to Bouchard. But I imagine that was, kind of hard fought. And then to come in the third and get your team, in the second, and get your team some runs. I can't imagine how good you must be feeling going back out to pitch. And I don't know so much if he is a guy that shows his emotions. I haven't seen it so much. But I can't imagine the mental fortitude you have to have, and then kind of a sigh of relief you might get after contributing offensively as well. This one will be popped up to Matt Bierling over in right, and he'll make the catch at can of corn as out number 2 in the third.
The first baseman, number 17, Eliuris Montero.
Here's Eliuris Montero, rounded out in his first at-bat. And he'll finally step into the batter's box after taking his time. Lots of fans here at the ballpark. It is starting to drizzle a little bit, clouds overhead. And I can tell because fans are taking out their umbrellas. But these storms kind of have just been how hot it is. And it's just a quick summer storm. They pass by. I'm not sure what the thunder policy is for minor league baseball. I know when I was a kid, it was like the 30-minute rule. I don't know if they really abide by that now because you can hear it with the mountains, but that's kind of far away. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Montero. And some fans sitting out in the rain, some have moved up under the cover. I think it's just a slight drizzle as of now. Fightin's players used to playing in the rain, as it's happened quite a bit. It'll be sharply grounded into the glove of Guthrie. It's a great throw across the diamond, and that'll be 3 up, 3 down for MacArthur. As we head into the bottom of the third, the Fightin's up 2-1.
Trust the familiar Mascara Blue Elephant to provide dependable quality hauling, disposal, and recycling service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Hispanic and Latino culture during 7 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61's Fiesta Fridays, presented by Alex Batanzas of eXp Realty, Humane Pennsylvania, Supportive Concepts for Families, Children's Home of Reading, and Mao Beer. Fiesta Fridays features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other cultural events throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL or visiting us at the Weidenhammer ticket office at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
right, well, we are back here in the bottom of the third as MacArthur gets him to go 1, 2, 3 back to the dugout, and the Fightins are leading 2-1 right now. And it's your guy Bryson Stott. He fouls back 2 pitches, and the rain is just a slight drizzle right now here at the ballpark, so we're going to play through it for now. The shift is on to Stott, and I don't know if they learned anything in the last at-bat because he put down the most beautiful bunt I've ever seen up the third baseline and almost turned it into a double. This time he'll ground right into the shift as the first baseman, Montero, picks it up and makes the play unassisted.
Matt Vierling.
So this will be Matt Vierling. He'll take a strike. And this one's a ball. It's just too low. No shift here on Vierling, but the infield is back a little bit deep. Bonifacio on deck. Here's the 1-1. He'll send it up the middle. Melendez going back at the wall. It bounces off the wall. The right fielder throws it back in. And it's a stand-up double for Matt Vierling. His 6th of the season. That's a team high. So with 1 out, the Fightins already have a runner in scoring position. And here's Jorge Bonifacio. Bonifacio sent one deep to left center field in his first at-bat. And we'll see if he can do something similar, maybe a couple more feet back. Just a slight breeze here at the ballpark. And Vierling, a team high as well, 5 stolen bases after he got another one yesterday. And he'll foul the first pitch he sees back. He watches it go all the way back. Sean Williams in his typical spot outside the third base coach's box, ready to round Vierling home. Fightins are up by 1 right now in the bottom of the third inning. Vierling looking a little jumpy out on second. And Bonifacio, a bullet to left field. It's going to drop in fair territory. It bounces over the wall. Vierling going to score easily as Bonifacio with a stand-up double that plates Matt Vierling. It's 3-1, Fightin' Phils. And the Fightin' Phils, what I've noticed in the past 3 games is they're recording the same number of hits, but they're doing it so much more timely as lightning strikes overhead, but it's back in the mountains, always seems closer than it actually is. And the hitting is just at the right moments. Obviously, with runners in scoring position, makes a huge difference if you're getting your base knock then than if you're just getting your base knock, you know, without that. And I think that they've been successful at that the past few games, and that's why we've seen these wins. Madison Stokes swings at the first pitch he sees. He pops it right into the glove of Montez at second, and now there's 2 away. That's 2 straight pop-outs to second from Stokes. Here's Archimedes Gamboa. And Bonifacio still on second. He's getting the signs from Sean Williams. Bonifacio with a huge lead, but no one to cover as there is a giant gap up the middle. And Gamboa out to dead center, going back at the wall is going to be Hearn, and he'll make the catch. Gamboa flying out to center twice. But Bonifacio with his timely double plates Matt Vierling. It's 3-1, Fightins heading into the 4th.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices, from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
He got 12 pretty good, but you're the big warrior for 15. Congratulations to one of those Yardgoats.
Well, a pretty solid going round now for the Fightin' Phils. They're up 3-1 as we head into the 4th. And 2 back-to-back doubles from your 3 and 4 guys, Vierling and Bonifacio, made it happen. And it's hitting all over the lineup today. As right now, just 3 guys haven't gotten on base, and we're not even halfway through the game. MacArthur will come out for another inning of work. He's at 49 pitches. It only took him 9 innings to sit them down 1, 2, 3 back in the 3rd. So we'll see how he's able to get through the middle part of the lineup. Now Montez to start it off, Snyder, and then Melendez. A big gap up the middle as Brito and Stott shifted a little bit, and Montez pops it up high in the sky. Bonifacio saying he's got it, takes just 1 step back and makes the catch out in left. That's 5 straight batters retired now from MacArthur. He's induced 4 fly balls and 1 ground out in that consecutive, and after having a tough second, he's back on track. Here's Taylor Snyder. And this is the part of the lineup he had trouble with. We'll see how he fares now. He kicks and fires for his first pitch. It's outside. Two balls and no strikes now. Taylor walked in his first at-bat, and MacArthur on the first base side of the rubber gets a chopper. It's a slow roller. It gets past Daniel Brito up the middle, and safe on first with a base hit is Taylor Snyder. Manny Melendez heading up to the plate. Checking in around the rest of the league. No score in Philadelphia. They're in the bottom of the 4th, but Luke Williams with another base hit. He's on second with just 1 out. Yesterday, he got his first major league hit as Melendez sends a bullet to left field. Chasing it down is Bonifacio. He makes the catch on the run, and who was not checking his self is Snyder, who was standing completely on second as Bonifacio made the catch. The relay throw into Stott, and he sends a liner right into the glove of Stokes, who went full split over at first, and it was a hair late. I mean, he almost got him. The Fightin' Phil's defense has been pretty stellar. So now there's 2 outs for Max George. They do have a runner on first, And MacArthur with the pickoff attempt, it's not in time. Lehigh Valley, they started late with a rain delay, and they're in the end of the second scoreless. The Blue Claws are in a delay with lightning. And the pitch comes in low. But the Fightins are working here in Reading. They're up 3-1 over the Yardgoats here in game number 2. Now they do have a runner on, but it's 2 outs. And MacArthur trying to get through his 4th inning of work. We'll send one down. It's in the dirt. Good block by Matera. And a huge strike of lightning overhead, but it's back by the mountains. It seems close, but it's really not, as the mountains are miles and miles away. This one comes in way inside as he pushes George out of the box. And it looked like Snyder was thinking about going over there at first, but he doesn't. And MacArthur coming home again. It's in the dirt, and that will walk George on 4 pitches. That's his 2nd time he's walked, and MacArthur's 4th walk. So the Yardgoats now more walks than hits as the pitcher Garrett Schilling comes up again. He walked in a runner his first time up. 2 outs for MacArthur and 2 runners on. He's nearing 60 pitches. He'll look back at second. Now he's going to come home, and it's a called strike. Brito inching towards second. It doesn't look like he'll go for the pickoff attempt, as there's not really anyone to cover, but you never know. He might run back in time. Swing and a miss as MacArthur gets ahead of Schilling, 0-2 now with 2 outs. Fightins 3 runs on 5 hits. Yardgoats 1 run on 1 hit with an error. And it'll be a strike 3 called from Jasinski behind the plate. MacArthur getting out of another jam to preserve the Fightin Phil's 3-1 lead as we head into the bottom of the 4th.
Manor is an active on a 100 campus in the community and opportunity and fitness and the peace of mind and healthcare. Cornwall of resident apartments to residents or lunch and have at the community. It's available at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned, full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on all the great work that ROG Orthodontics provides. ROG Orthodontics and the Reading Fightin Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Bottom of the 4th inning here at FirstEnergy Stadium. The Fightins up 3-1 over the Yardgoats as Garrett Schilling, the pitcher, struck out to leave 2 on for Hartford. He'll return on the mound to face the bottom 3 in the Fightins order, Matera, Guthrie, and we'll see if they go with MacArthur. I'm not sure. I do see someone warming in the Fightin's bullpen, but just very lightly, and he's up to, at the end of the inning, he was up to 61 pitches, so he might have room to go for another one. Schilling, 47 pitches here, but he hasn't thrown the fourth yet. And Matera rockets one to left field. Going back is Bouchard at the wall. It's Hearn who makes the catch. And these balls are just dying in the air. And I don't know if it's the humidity out here. I don't know the science behind it, but a couple of guys have gotten it. And you could tell as the pop off the bat, and then they've just died up in the sky. So fly out for Matera to center. Here's Dalton Guthrie. Guthrie reached on a hit as it's been scored in the second, then he scored on an error, so those are unearned runs. This one he'll poke the opposite way. I think it's going to drop in fair territory, and it is inches foul. That would have been a perfectly placed ball as it would have rolled to the corner. But instead, Guthrie heads back to the plate with a strike. Funny the way that works, where something is just inches away from being an entirely different story. So Guthrie finally made it back to the batter's box. He was almost to second. And now he'll swing at a pitch in the dirt, and he falls down to 0-2. Sun is starting to set here in Reading, Pennsylvania. You can see a little bit of a sunset back, although it's a little bit cloudy in the sky. And the lights are shining here at the ballpark. Guthrie skips one that's in the dirt, and he'll throw it off to the side. And they'll get a new ball for the next at-bat. He'll chop one this time. It's up to first. Montero trying to do it alone. And he will send it over to Schilling instead, and he'll step on the bag for out number 2 here. James MacArthur is going to come out to bat. And we have seen pitchers bat and then not return for the next inning, which if you think is strange, I think the reasoning behind that is they want to give the pitchers the opportunity to bat. If and when they make it to the big leagues, they will have to bat there consistently. So they need to be prepared for that, because this is the minor league system, but it's also the player development league, and part of that is developing the athletes to perform as they need to. And it works out for James MacArthur after he singled and allowed some runs to score in the second. He fouls a pitch off here and falls behind 0-2 with 2 outs. This time he'll hold off on a ball outside. The infield back deep and the outfield in shallower. And it looks like they'll put a little shift on for him as he fouls one back. Center fielder Hearn was motioning for Bouchard to take a couple steps closer to center field. And he'll chop one a little bit foul as he gets it with just the end of his bat. Two outs here in the bottom of the fourth. The Fightin's up 3-1. And he'll strike out swinging as Schilling gets him down 1-2-3. We'll head into the fifth with the 2-run lead for Reading.
The Fightin Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, J.P. Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's J.P. Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro and Sons, ready to serve you.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Bills.
Well, we had an exciting veggie race on the field, as there's a three-way tie in the standings now. Cauliflower, lettuce, and broccoli with 3 wins. Carrot with only 2. And more importantly, or less, depending on how you look at it, James MacArthur comes back onto the mound for another inning of work. We'll see if he can go a full 5. There is a couple guys stretching in the bullpen. No one throwing as of yet. And he's going to face off the top of the line out after he ended it with striking out the pitcher Schilling. It'll be McLaughlin, Hearn, and Bouchard as the first 3. Matera catching the final pitch. He'll throw it down to second. And McLaughlin heading up to the plate 0 for 2 tonight. He sets up on the first base side of the rubber and sends the first one home for a called strike. That's his 62nd pitch. And the wind is still now here at the ballpark, that flag in center field hanging. And it'll get a swinging strike from McLaughlin, who chased one outside the zone. It's 0-2. This one comes too far outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. It's slow roller back to MacArthur, and he'll make the play. And I think this is the most defense I've seen a pitcher have to do in a ball game, as now Miller has made the assist on 3 plays. And none of them were bunts. They were all just choppers. And I wonder if the ball, with how dense the grass must be from rain. We did do a good job of tarping today. We tarped twice, I think. Twice. And so we did get most of it, but still, obviously, with the little rain that's coming down now, makes it a little bit tougher. I don't know if there's any science behind what I'm saying, so I'll have to talk to our groundskeeper and get some answers for y'all. No one throwing still yet in the bullpen. They're going to trust MacArthur to get this one. And Matera, I've noticed, so when the batter is a righty, he will squat down and put his right leg out. And when the batter is a lefty, he will squat down and put his left leg out. So that way he can push either direction of where the ball is going to go away from. And he'll be able to block more pitches behind the plate. 3 balls now and no strikes to Hearn. And this one's going to be a called strike from Jasinski. We thank the Fightins fans who are braving the weather for today to watch a great game. There are still 4 more home games here at FirstEnergy Stadium this week that you can catch. The Fightins take on the Yardgoats. This one's fouled onto the roof, and MacArthur worked his way back from a 3-0 count to 3-2. Of course, there's a couple giveaways and fireworks nights. Fireworks Thursday and Saturday. And giveaways Friday and Sunday with the Luchadors game cap as they wear the game jerseys on Friday. And you'll have a hat that the players are wearing. And Sunday, the hot dog hat giveaway, the Reading hot dogs. You'll have the hat as the players wear the hats on the field as they dress as Luchadors de Reading and Reading hot dogs. Hearn fouls another one back into the net behind home plate. And the count remains full. MacArthur shaking off Matera. And that's going to make Hearn step out. The payoff pitch now, it's a ground ball right into the glove of Stokes. It's going to be on to MacArthur, and he'll get the out, and this is his first putout. Oh, his second putout, excuse me, as it's been very, very busy here for MacArthur. But anyways, that's 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Sean Bouchard now, who's flew out to right twice tonight. Here's the first offering. It's low. And the 1-0 is outside. We'd like to thank the official team physicians of the Reading Fightin Phils Commonwealth Orthopedics, Associates, and Drs. John Martin and Paul Marr for taking great care of the team. For the same great care that the Fightin Phils receive, visit Commonwealth Orthopedic Associates website today, coaortho.com. And that'll walk Sean Bouchard on 4 pitches. There's a runner on here with 2 away. The Fightin's still up by 2 runs here in the top of the 5th.
The first baseman, number 17.
This is the Swartz-Culleton inning. If you've been injured at work, in a motor vehicle accident, in a nursing home, you can expect reliable and experienced attorneys to help you, and they're committed to getting you justice over at Swartz-Culleton. The offering by MacArthur way inside, and it's a ball. If you or your loved one is a victim of nursing home neglect, you can call the attorneys at Swartz-Culleton at 1-800-JUSTICE today. And going is Bouchard. The throw from Matera is just shaded toward the third base side, and Brito had to move it back. And so safe at second is going to be Bouchard as he gets himself into scoring position on a stolen base. The pitch coming into Montero was a ball, but there's 2 outs for MacArthur, so we'll see if he can work his way back into this at-bat like he's done many a time before. And the pitch is outside, so now he's at 7 straight balls here. And here's the offering. He'll miss, and that might be his day as Sean Williams comes out of the dugout and slowly walks to the mound. There is someone warming up in the pen, and I think James MacArthur knows his day is done. He's taken off his glove, and he'll give the ball to Williams as he gets a pat on the back and some cheers from the crowd for a great start. Fans are clapping as he heads back. And coming out, we'll see in a second as we take a call to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen.
Unlike any other area at FirstEnergy Stadium, the Stadium 61 dugout suite puts you at the closest seat to the action on field, located just feet away from the diamond on the first base side. With covered seating, ability and motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around, your group will thank you over and over again for a one-of-a-kind experience. tickets for the Dugout Suite are $27 and include options to add food or drink packages. For the first time ever, the Reading Fightin' Phils are pleased to present you their classic game program all electronically. This program has information on the coaching staff, player rosters, and front office staff. It also includes featured stories and alumni reports, all on the favorite guys who spent their time in baseball town. Visit ourphils.com/programs to check it out.
Purchase a bank of tickets to be used throughout the Fightin' Phils season. The Flex Bank lets you use the number of tickets you need when you need them. You will have an online Flex Bank account which allows you to use your bank of tickets or vouchers to redeem for game tickets whenever you need them. You can also reserve your game tickets from your Flex Bank by contacting the ticket office or redeeming in person at the stadium. Visit ourphils.com or call the office at 610-370-BALL for more information about the Flex Bank ticket packages and all the exciting ways you can get tickets to a FirstEnergy Stadium game.
You have a call to the Alvernia University Golden and Wolves bullpen. MacArthur's day is done after 80 pitches. He pitches 4 2/3 innings. We'll have to wait to close his line as he's responsible for 2 runners on the base path. But he'll hand the ball over to Tyler Carr. Carr's been pretty steady lately in his last series against Somerset. He had 2 appearances, no runs across, and just 2 hits the entire time. And now he'll try to get the final out here in the top of the 5th. The Fightins lead 3-1. There are 2 runners off on base for Coco Montez now. The first offering from Carr induces a big swing and a miss as Montez almost loses balance and falls to his knees. He'll look back at the runner on second, Sean Bouchard. He'll come home, and he'll get Montez to pop up high in the sky. Going back, Brito, does he see it? He's got it, and he makes the catch. And Carr comes in and gets the job done. We'll get the final line on MacArthur here as we head into the bottom of the 5th. Your Fightin's up 3-1.
Nursing home. Serious problem. You or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture. Our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Humane Pennsylvania throughout the 2021 season. Humane Pennsylvania is the region's premier leader in animal welfare and empowers the people in our communities to increase their capacity to care for animals so that all animals are safe, healthy, and treated humanely. Humane Pennsylvania is proud to be a Fiesta Friday and Bark in the Park sponsor. Learn more about Humane Pennsylvania and how you can help build the best community anywhere to be an animal by visiting humanepa.org.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious balancing act of premium ingredients from the makers of Pepsi Cola.
Heading into the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Fightins still retain a 3-1 lead. Tyler Carr coming in relief and getting the job done with 2 outs. He induces a pop-up, and the final line, MacArthur coming in, 4 2/3 inning pitch, just 1 hit and 1 earned run. He did walk 6 though, but he got a strikeout in 80 pitches. And it does look like it will remain Schilling out there on the mound for another inning of work. And leading things off is going to be the top of the order, Daniel Brito. He'll take one upstairs. And the count now 1-0. He'll send it out to center field. On the run back is Hearn, and he's able to make the catch. That'll be out number 1.
The next junior PA announcer, Jeremiah.
Bryson Stott. And Stott heading into the lefty batter's box now. The Fightins did get another addition to their roster with Kyle Dowie, who arrived early this morning. And Stott taking a pitch inside. Now, Dowie did spend some time in Reading in 2019, if you recognize his name. He started the season out in Lehigh Valley, but was sent to practice some stuff and work on some stuff he was learning with his new versatile pitches in the developmental league, which is new this season. As Stott fouls one back, and that's definitely a collector's foul ball item. There's a lot of guys over there with gloves, and he'll send it straight up the middle for a base hit, and he'll be on for the second time this evening. Now, the developmental league is new this year, as I was saying. It's become a place where players can go if they need to focus on something and they want to specialize something with the coaches down in Florida. So it's an opportunity to get a little extra work in, and then they bring it back to a roster. So Dowie got a little extra work in, and now he's here at Reading, where we could use some arms, as Lehman, the lefty, hit the IL the other day, and Dowie an IL, a lefty as well, excuse me. So he'll be helpful out of the pen for the Fightins. We see him sometime soon. Here's Matt Vierling, and he'll send a foul ball over the third baseline. Runner on here and one out. For Matt Vierling. Vierling, a double and a run scored back in the second. And I've said before about him, he's a very friendly player. He grounds another one into the same spot, foul. So he's very easy to talk to if I ever want to ask him a question about anything. And today, as I was watching infield outfield practice, I saw him taking some picks over at first. And he was practicing over at first base during their early session on the field. And I asked him, are you going to try some out at first? And he said yes. So we might see him over at first, as we've seen a bunch of infielders play in the outfield, but not so much the outfielders coming to the infield. So maybe we'll see some of that, as Vierling might take some days at first base in the upcoming future. You heard it here first. And he makes contact. It's a line drive, and it's just a foul out in left field. Bryson Stott over at first was ready to run. Fightin fills 3 runs on 6 hits. Yardgoats 1 run on 1 hit with 1 error in the field. And we're in the bottom of the 5th with 1 out. Matt Vierling calling time. Not sure what he needs. He's throwing something in his back pocket, maybe. Don't know what it was, but they got it back in the dugout. And now he'll set back up in the righty batter's box. And the pitch comes outside. A good block by George, as Stott is ready to take another base. A big thanks to Cornwall Manor for sponsoring the Fightin Fills. They're an active senior living, not-for-profit community in scenic Cornwall, Pennsylvania, outside of Lebanon. And they've got a great continuum of care, starting with independent living through skilled nursing care. And now the 1-2 to Matt Vierling. He'll send it upstairs, coming in from right. Melendez on the run. He makes the catch for out number 2. Here's Bonifacio, had the RBI double back in the 3rd. Cornwall Manor offers countless opportunities for staying active, engaged, and fulfilled, and it includes a variety of services, amenities, and volunteer opportunities. They're the new nature of senior living. You can get more information at www.cornwallmanor.org. And the first offering is a called strike at the knees to Bonifacio. Wind starting to pick up here, left to right just a little bit. Stott over on first, taking a big lead here. There's 2 outs now to Bonifacio. And the 0-1, he grounds it. Is it going to get in the gap? It's short. It's not. Snyder goes for the easy out on second. A beautiful slide from Stott, but it's not in time as they get him on the fielder's choice. The Fightins will lead 3-1 as we go into the 6th.
Reading Fightin's a partner throughout the 2021 season. Mal Beer and Mal Cinco Estrellas Lager, which is available in the Stadium Plaza Bar, has 128 amazing years of brewing history. Founded in 1890 in Spain, Mal Beer has always been there to satisfy the most demanding taste buds. Make sure to pick up Mal Beer and Mal Cinco Estrellas Lager at FirstEnergy Stadium at our Plaza Bar throughout the 2021 season and at your local retailer. Mal Beer is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils and all 2021 Fiesta Friday celebration games. Mal Beer, the 5-star taste and the quintessential beer from Madrid. Please drink responsibly.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly, professional staff members are available to answer your questions and listen to your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership at Pottsville Pike today. Fastball, curveball, slider, it's the pitcher's grips that make the difference. And when it comes to cornering, braking, and traction, CJ's Tires and Automotives can improve your car's grip with a new set of Hankook tires. Hankook tires are known for great handling and reliability mile after mile. Together, Hankook Tires and CJ's are your winning team. So whatever your vehicle needs, an oil change, state inspection, brakes, alignments, or Hankook tires, trust CJ's Tires and Automotives in Fairless Hills. CJ Tires and Automotives. They really are better, faster, and more affordable.
Well, here we go into the top of the 6th inning. Carr comes back on the mound after coming in for MacArthur and throwing 2 pitches to get out of the 5th. We're going to start with the bottom part of the Yardgoats lineup in Taylor Snyder, who's been on base twice today, once with a walk and once with a single. Fightin's up by 2. Nobody's scored since the 3rd, though. And a bullet in fair territory up the 3rd base line. Getting it, Bonifacio, as it bounces off the wall. And Snyder will be on base for the 3rd time today with a stand-up double.
The right fielder, number 19,
Manny Melendez, 0 for 2 today. We'll head into the lefty batter's box. And the pitch down low, showing signs of bunt, is Melendez. He pulls back, it's a ball. And Snyder had a heck of a lead over on second. Matera popped up and he skimpered back very quickly. He'll foul one back, and that evens the count at 1-1. Top of 6th inning is, of course, the CJ's Tire and Automotive inning. They're ready for summer vacation, are you? They've got everything you'll need over there except the gas. From tires to tune-ups and everything in between, you can trust CJ's Tire and Automotive. Carr sends one outside. It's 2-1. Runner on second and nobody out here in the top of the 6th. And here's the offering by Carr. It's popped up. It'll get on the roof. We hear it slam down, probably right above us. New rims, rubber, and great advice. You can go CJ's Tire and Automotive, where you can trust them to have the same great prices. They're celebrating their 50 years of being better, faster, and more affordable than the competition. This one, a slow grounder to Brito, who makes the play look easy over to Stokes, and advancing to third is Snyder with 1 out. Here's Max George now, 2 walks today. And I'm gonna bet they're gonna pinch hit for Schilling next, as I do see somebody different in the on-deck circle. But let's get through the at-bat here with Max George. Infield backs up a little bit. Looks like they'd rather get the out than preserve the run, obviously. Looking to preserve the run as well. A great stop by Matera down low. Javier Guevara is the guy in the on-deck circle. And there is someone warming up down in the bullpen for the Yardgoats, as again, it's inside from Carr. Pretty big gap up the middle for George here. And this time he'll foul one sharply. And they tell me Tate Sino is the guy warming up. In the bullpen down and left. And now 2 balls and 1 strike here to Max George with 1 away. Inside, almost grazes his jersey. Fightin's pitcher's having a little trouble with the inside guys lately. Makes it 3 balls and 1 strike here. Fightin's up by 2 runs as we enter the back half of the game, top 6. There's 1 away, but the Yardgoats got a runner on third. And a swing and a miss. Carr gets George's 2nd strikeout, and the count now becomes full. Sun is completely set now here in Reading, Pennsylvania. We're playing baseball under the lights. And the pitch by Carr hits him in the elbow. And what would have been ball 4 is going to go down as a hit by pitch. And he'll jog down to first. So there's runners on the corner. And there is a pinch hitter. It's Javier Guevara. And a runner on first does set the Fightins up for a double play. Obviously don't want to let anyone on the base pass, but with the force out now available at the bases, I could work in the Fightins' favor with 1 out. We'll see what Tyler Carr can induce out of Javier Guevara, who comes off the bench. He's listed as a catcher on their roster. 23 years old, signed out of Venezuela. And first he's going to go for the pickoff attempt. But George really not taking much of a lead over on first. Now Carr stepping on the rubber. He'll kick and fire home. And it's a called strike from Jasinski. Lots of fans still out in the ballpark. Would love to see this one through here at FirstEnergy Stadium. And a strike 2 called this time. And Guevara falls behind to Carr 0-2. This would be a big out before getting back to the top of the order. And here's the offering from Carr. It's a ground ball. A diving Guthrie and Stott not able to come up with it, and they'll score a run on what I imagine is a base hit, but they'll tell me in just a second. But a run has crossed the plate. And they do record that a base hit for Guevara, so he pinches and gets the job done as the lead has been cut down. The Fightin's only ahead by 1 now, and we'll see a visit from Brad Bergeson, the pitching coach, now onto the mound. Daniel Brito coming in and Matera as well. Brito's gonna wash off his cleats. Stott and Max George having a little chat out on second. Stokes walking in circles down at first. Guthrie pacing back and forth, and the outfielders standing vaguely uncomfortably out there alone. We got Vierling and Gamboa, who have their hands on their knees. And Bonifacio is standing tall with his hands on his waist. And whatever Bergie had to say, he said it fast because he's already back in the dugout, and Tyler Carr here to face Matt McLaughlin. There's only 1 out, but there's 2 runners on. And he gets a called strike from McLaughlin now. The score now, Fightin Phil's 3, Hartford 2. And here's the offering from Carr. This one right to Guthrie. He'll go to second and to first, and they get the double play as the crowd roars all the way across the diamond. Guthrie to Brito to Stokes gets the job done in the top of the 6th. The Fightin's up 3-2 as we head into the bottom half.
Better pitching, faster base runners, and more runs batted in usually beats the competition. At CJ's Tire and Automotive, better selection, faster service, and more affordable options always beats the competition. When it comes to tires, CJ's MVP choice is a new set of Falcon tires. Falcon tires are known for handling, reliability, and value. And for more than 50 years, CJ's has been helping customers find the right tires at the right price. Together, Falcon Tires and CJ's are a winning team. Stop in any time at your local CJ's or shop online at cjtires.com. CJ Tires and Automotive. Better, faster, and more reliable.
We've been privileged at ROG Orthodontics to be part of the local community for over 60 years, creating generations of fantastic smiles.
We're honored to be voted the #1 orthodontist year after year, and proud to be the top Invisalign provider in the region.
We passionately believe we're changing lives every day right here in the community where we live.
We offer interest-free, flexible payment plans
and provide monthly scholarship programs for free braces.
Be sure to check out our magnet contest to win free braces.
We love seeing our patients' successes, knowing we had a part in changing lives.
One fantastic smile at a time.
Savage 61 is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoy an R-Phil's game, great food, music, and entertainment. The team will play as Los Luchadores de Reading Latino Tribute uniforms. Visit Timmy Profit and Savage 61 Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership for all your automotive needs.
That's baseball town native Taylor Swift and the Slingshot Sing-Along, brought to you by Fleetwood Bank. Hey kids, Luther the Hound Dog is headed back to the BTI mascot autograph booth in Geico of Linus and Funland. Head to Funland now to meet Bluebird. Now coming into the gate from the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen.
It's a call to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen to start us off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The day is done for the starter, Schilling. We knew that when he was pinch hit for back in the top half of this inning. That pinch hit did result in a run, so the game is now 3-2 Fightin Phils as they retain their lead. And into the game is Tate Ciano. Madison Stokes is going to lead us off. He's 0 for 2, and both of those two are pop flies to the second baseman. This time he'll foul off his first pitch back into the netting. Tate Ciano, the righty out of Louisiana. We saw him back in the first game, which I find interesting. And Stokes sends one out to right center on to make the catch, Melendez. And there is an out now in the bottom of the sixth. So we saw him in yesterday's contest. He threw an inning. He held Fightin's batters down as he struck out 2 and did not allow a hit. But I find it interesting with these deep bullpens that they're going to pitch a guy the very next day. But he was pretty effective, so we'll see how he takes on the Fightin Phils now. Archimedes Gamboa flew out to center both times. And the pitch coming in, a called strike outside. McLaughlin over at third is in shallow, while the rest of the infield is back. And Gamboa fouls one. So the count 1 ball, 2 strikes here with an out in the bottom of the sixth. There's someone warming up in the Fightin's pen. Not exactly sure who's down there. Gamboa pokes one the other way. It's fair. And the third baseman, McLaughlin, doesn't even flinch as the ball goes right by him. A stand-up double for Gamboa. With one out here in the bottom of the sixth, the Fightins would love to tack on an extra run here after they let one up in the top half. And McLaughlin over there at third just didn't even go for it. Obviously, it was very close to being fouled, but he didn't make an effort to reach for it, which I find interesting as it trickled all the way back into the corner. And now Nick Matera has a runner on second here with just one away. The first offering is low in the dirt, and George able to keep it in front of him. Here's the offering by Ciano. It's downstairs once again. Guthrie on deck. And after that, we'll see if the Fightins go with a pitcher or perhaps they will pinch hit. Looking back at Gamboa on second is Ciano. Now he'll go home. Nick Matera unloads on a ball to center field, and it's over the fence. Matera with a 2-run shot here to put the Fightins up 5-2 in the bottom of the sixth. That's Matera's 5th home run of the season, and he'll tie Bonifacio with 5. A big power bomb from Nick Matera gets the job done. You saw it close in the 4th. He hit the warning track out in center, and this time he just completely belts that ball out of the park. A 2-run shot. The Fightins up 5-2. And that's exactly what the Fightins needed after giving one up in the top half. They regained control of this game. Guthrie now up There's nobody on base, but there's still one out. He'll chase one, and the count moves to 1-2. And Fightin's fans have come out to see a show tonight here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Who needs fireworks when you have that at the plate? Guthrie stepping into the batter's box. And the offering, and he sends it out to center, but this time Hearn is there to make the catch, and that's out number 2. And we'll see if they send Tyler Carr up to the plate or somebody else. I think it's going to be Josh Stephen. I was able to catch up with Josh after last night's game, and I noted how the ball that he hit in the pinch hit was smoked out to center field. He was just feet shy of sending it over the wall, and he was really positive about the way that at-bat went, and I really loved his perspective. You know, he was excited, obviously a little disappointed that it didn't go over, but he had the right approach at the plate, and he said, you know, there's another game tomorrow. I'll see what I can do then. So we'll see what he can do now as he takes a first pitch strike, and he'll swing and miss at the next one outside. Two outs now for the Fightins here in the bottom of the 6th, and Josh Stephen holds off on a ball outside. And that home run by Matera that scored 2 runs are the first 2 runs that were allowed by CNO this entire season. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs now to Josh Stephen, and he'll take one low. So he worked his way back from an 0-2 count to a full one now, and we'll see if they rocked the ship that CNO has been riding this entire season. Here's the payoff pitch. Stephen sends it out into shallow left field. Coming in, Bouchard, and he's able to make the catch for the final out here in the 6th. Not before the Fightins make it 5-2. A 2-run homer, his 5th of the season. Nick Matera gets the job done.
It's time for tonight's unique.
With the Berks County Mental Health Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530. The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Here we are in the top of the 7th, and a very eventful pretzel giveaway in the half inning thanks to Unique Snacks. They do a great job out there with their promotions. And on the mound, I believe we will have a pitching change for the Fightins, as it looks like the day is done for Carr. We'll get his full line in just a moment. 1.1 inning for Carr. And 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. No walks, no strikeouts on 19 pitches. And coming in is Zach Warren. Warren actually celebrates a birthday today. He turns, I believe, 24 years old, but I should really look that up before I say it on air. I think I already changed it on the roster, so I might be confusing myself. No, he turns 25. 25 today. I can't believe I didn't change that on the roster. But happy birthday to our reliever, Zach Warren, and he comes out here to face Matt Hearn. And he'll send a ball in, so the count evens 1-1. Fightin's up 5 runs on 8 hits. No errors, 2 runs on 3 hits with 1 error for the Yardgoats. And a ball comes in outside from Warren. It's 2-1. Warren, 23 strikeouts on the season. If he notches 1, he'll tie for the team high with Morales, which is impressive as a reliever to be the high strikeout guy, since they get way less innings than the starters. He's at a 2.40 ERA. He's been very consistent as of late. 3 holds on the season to maintain a Fightin's win. And the count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. And he'll get the swing and a miss he was looking for, as an 86-mile-an-hour changeup comes in and completely fools Hearn. And will he get the strikeout? No, it's a walk, so he'll send his first batter down to first base, and there'll be a runner on now with nobody out. Here's Sean Bouchard now. Walked back in the 5th and stole a base. Fightin set up well for the double play. They've turned 1 this game, back in the 6th. And he'll get a swing and a miss out of Bouchard, getting ahead 0-1. In his last appearance at Somerset, Warren, 2 1/3 innings pitched, 1 hit, no earned runs, and he struck out 3. A runner on first here and nobody out. The Fightins are up by 3 runs. Zach Warren spent spring training this year out with Philadelphia. He was a non-roster invitee, so he got to play with some bigger players. And doesn't get the strike call there from Jasinski, so the count moves to 2-1. Stokes trying to hold the runner on base as the count moves to 3-1. And Warren, obviously the lefty, can see the runner perfectly fine. Though I imagine they don't stare at them. They probably got their own little routine going on. but obviously well aware. We'll see what he does here. And he'll get the called strike there on the inside part of the plate. And so we've got a full count on our hands here with a runner on and nobody out. Here's the payoff pitch, and he'll pop it up foul. Stokes coming over as far as he can, but it's going to head into the stands. And a fan's going to get the ball. Oh, no, they missed it. Tough going over there. And even Daniel Brito was on the run for that. You love to see the hustle. There is someone warming up for Hartford, and everybody in the Reading dugout is up, and the bullpen is up and watching here, focused as we are in the later parts of this ball game. Warren coming home, it's upstairs, and he'll walk him. So 2 straight walks from Warren, and nobody out. It'll be Eliuris Montero. I don't know if it's the rain or something tonight, but Fightin's struggling a little bit with walks, as they've walked 7 batters and hit 2. So that's 9 free passes that they've given up to Hartford runners today. And Montero steps in. He's been issued a walk himself, but otherwise 0 for 2. And the first offering by Warren, it's upstairs. And now they're going to have a mound visit as Matera comes out, but it's very quick. They're able to get on the same page fast. Highline Merchandising, formerly Textiles, is your local small business company that provides screen printing, design, and merchandising services for local national and international businesses, bands, shows, and festivals. Visit highlinemerchandising.com. And the offering home, it's downstairs. Matera pops up fast. It looked like Bouchard wanted to go on first, but Hearn wasn't exactly thinking the same thing over on second, which obviously Hearn has to go first. He's occupying second. And the offering by Warren, he'll get a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. There's a base open, and I want to say Jacob Hernandez is the guy out in the pen warming up. I think Marconi's kind of sliding into the spot of closer. He's recorded 2 saves, and he gets Montero to chase a fastball upstairs. The count is 2-2. Two runners on here, nobody out for Hartford. Warren has Montero on the hook here. The 2-2, it bounces in the dirt. It gets by Montero. He picks it up quick. And going to third is Hearn, and Bouchard stays put at first. So there's runners on the corners now. They're going to record that a wild pitch. And the count is now full to Montero. This will be a big moment here for Zach Warren. Hopefully he's able to celebrate his 25th birthday the right way. And that's by getting a strikeout. Going now is Bouchard. The throw by Matera. It is just a little late, but it was on the money. And so safe at second now is Bouchard. And they didn't get the strike him out, throw him out, but they got the strike him out as Warren ties MacArthur with 24 on the season. And there's one out now as 2 runners in scoring position for the Yardgoats for Coco Montez. He got hit in the first at bat, and then he's 0 for 2 since then. Warren on the first base side of the rubber, he comes home and he gets the called strike. Briscoe Disco out in the stands trying to get the Fightin's fans rallied up here. A big moment defensively. Montez in the righty batter's box. And the offering, it bounces before the plate. A good block there by Matera to keep it in front of him. And that is Hernandez now warming down in the bullpen. Warren kicks and fires home, and he'll get a strike 2 call as he gets ahead 1-2. There's 1 out here and runners in scoring position. Fightin's ahead 5-2. We've got a little leeway as we're getting into the back half of this game. We're in the top of the 7th. Warren not getting the sign he's looking for from Matera. Now he does. He looks down at the ground, then lifts his head, comes home, and he'll get the swinging strikeout. It's a drop by Matera. They have to wait and hold it so that the runner doesn't come home. It's all very calculated, but Warren gets the strikeout, and now he leads the team with 25 on his 25th birthday. I think that's more exciting to me than it should be. But congratulations to Warren here as he gets 2 outs now, and we'll see if he can get out of this inning. He seems to have found his command, and with 2 runners on and 2 outs, it'll be Taylor Snyder. Now Snyder is 2 for 2 on the day with a walk and a run scored. So he is the one to beat in today's at-bat. He is more than due for an out on the Fightin side, and he'll take a ball upstairs. We'll see if Warren tries to pitch around him. Following him is Manny Melendez, who's 0 for 3, or if Warren's going to attack. Now, when he gets the pitch he's looking for, he puts his ball in his glove at the waist. He sets his footing, and he looks down. It's a bullet, a diving Guthrie, not able to come up with it on third. Bonifacio doesn't go for the throw at home, so 2 runs score off an RBI single from Snyder, who is having a heck of a day. 3 hits, a run scored, and 2 RBIs to his name. And this game just got interesting. It's 5-4 now in the 7th. Tough for Zach Warren. He almost had him there, but the Fightin's still in the lead. And now they're going to see a mound visit from Bergeson as Manny Melendez heads up to bat. That was just the 4th hit of the afternoon, or evening, I should say, as it's 9:30 now here in Reading, Pennsylvania. 4th hit. Fightins have 8 to their name. And now Jacinski's coming up trying to break this mound meeting up. And Berge heads back into the dugout. Interesting how slowly they walk out there and how quickly they jog back. All part of the process. So now Warren goes for the pickoff attempt. But back in time is Snyder. Melendez still awaits his first pitch. And a pickoff attempt once again. 2 outs for Warren here, and we'll see if he can get the job done now to Melendez. Coming across, the throw from Matera down, and it gets into the outfield, but a good block from Gamboa and no throw as in to third safely is Snyder. See, the throw from Matera came right into the body of the sliding Snyder, and it just got under him into the outfield as Stott not able to pick it up. And they'll have a runner on third. So they're calling it a stolen base to second, and then they're going to give Matera an error for the throw that advanced Snyder to third. So there's a runner in scoring position now for Melendez, but there are still 2 outs. And the only pitch he's seen is a ball. Now he'll get a called strike. And he'll get the strike he was looking for, so he gets ahead 1-2. Fightin still up 5-4 here, and they still have 3 more opportunities in this game to bat. Hopefully they'll just need 2. And it comes inside from Warren. Matera popping up. Guy in front of me has got an ice cream cone. Looks pretty good. Hot day in Reading, Pennsylvania. It's cooled off a little bit right now. And Warren with the 1-2, it'll be chopped back. A big thanks to ROG Orthodontics for being the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin Phil's Kids Club. You can join today to get your free t-shirt. And this Sunday, Daniel Tiger and friends will be at the ballpark. You can meet and greet and take photos with them. Join the ROG Orthodontics Kids Club today at Fightins.com. And another foul ball off the bat of Melendez. He stays alive. The count still at 2-2 with 2 outs. There's a runner on third, and the Fightins are up by a run. And it'll be a ball, so it's going to be full now, as Warren trying to get his way out of this. And Warren gets the sign, looks down first at his footing. Now he'll send the playoff pitch home, and it's right into the glove of Stokes, who's able to make the play at first unassisted, and the Fightins will get out of the inning ahead 1 run. We're going to take a short break as we head into the bottom half of the 7th. I'll stretch here, you stretch at home, and then we'll come back together.
The award will Tower Pool Party, edible night and friends. A game while swimming preheated behind the right of all you and photo crazy hot dog. Fightin Phil's $30 20 or call today 37.
Team and 5 speed versus more Americans with the fastest 5G. The R-Phils are proud to introduce T-Mobile as the title sponsor of our Plaza stage. Fightin Phil's fans can continue to expect great performances on game days and non-game days. The T-Mobile stage is home to great bands, such as the Truest Fightin's mascot band and many others. It will also continue to house great musical performances during the off-season.
Unlike any other area at FirstEnergy Stadium, the Stadium's 61 dugout suite puts you at the closest seat to the action on field, located just feet away from the diamond on the first base side. With covered seating, ability and motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around, your group will thank you over and over again for a one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the dugout suite are $27 and include options to add food or drink packages.
You claim your prize at the Heck Presidential customer service booth.
There is another call to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen after we stretched out of the game is Sino. 1 inning pitch, 2 hits, 2 runs. Both of them earned his only runs on the season, coming off that 2-run homer by Nick Matera, 20 pitches in total. And Reagan Todd is going to be the guy that comes out on the mound, 6'3", 218. He was drafted in the 32nd round back in 2018, and he played in Asheville last season. And he is going to face off the top of the lineup with Daniel Brito here in the bottom of the 7th. The Fightins are up by 1 run, but they'd like to get some more insurance runs, as it's been a very high offensive game without a lot of hits, a lot of walks. And Brito now taking another called strike at 0-2. The Yardgoats scored 1 in the top of the 2nd. The Fightin Phils countered with 2 in the bottom, and then another 1 in the 3rd to make it 3-1. Then the scoring was on pause until the top of the 6th, when the Yardgoats made it 3-2. Nick Matera's 2-run bomb made it 5-2 in the bottom of the 6th, and Brito is rung up by Jasinski, out number 1 here in the 7th. And then, of course, 2 more runs scored in the top of the 7th for the Yardgoats, and that's how we got to 5-4. Bryson Stott, 2 for 3 on the day. We'll see what he has to do in the bottom of the 7th. This time, no shift on Bryson Stott. And did he check his swing? Yes, he went around. And he'll take a ball downstairs. One ball, 1 strike now to Bryson Stott with an out, and he'll foul a pitch back. They've given up the shift on Stott after the first at-bat when he beat it with the bunt single up the 3rd baseline. And here's the 1-2. It's in the dirt. And it evens 2-2 now. Hernandez still warming up in the pen for the Fightins. We'll see if he comes in the top of the 8th. And the 2-2 to Stott is outside, so it's a full count now. He's going for his 8th walk of the season. Leaning over is Todd. Now he'll get what he's looking for. He stands up, kicks and fires the payoff pitch, and Stott unloads on it, but it's foul. And we're going to do it again with 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Stott chases one outside, flips his bat, and he is upset. As he goes down on strikes after all of that, there's quickly 2 outs in the 7th. Here's Matt Vierling. Vierling had that double and run scored back in the third. And he brings his batting average from 299 to start the game back up to 300. That point makes a big difference. An interesting note happening in the organization as made official today, though it happened Saturday after the Blue Claws game. Their first baseman, Rudy Rott. And here comes the pitch. Vierling fouls it back. Hit a walk-off 2-run double to walk it off for the Blue Claws as they ended up winning the game on Saturday. And then he retired on a career high note from the organization, just 24 years old. And so we'd like to say thanks from the Philadelphia Phillies. Congratulations to Rudy, and thanks for your time with the organization. Vierling takes a ball, and after all those fouls, the count's still 1-2. Here's the pitch. It's called strike 3. It was a little low as Vierling walks back to the dugout with his bat on his shoulders. And Todd comes in and strikes out the side in the 7th. The Fightin still up 5-4 as we head into the top of the 8th.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin' Phil's game ticket for only $18. No need to visit the concession stands. You can add a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet to any ticket. Selection includes barbecue chicken, barbecue sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, mac and cheese, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, fruit, cookies, and Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL, order online at Fightins.com, or visit the Weidenhammer ticket office at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs. Established in 1928, the Manor Golf Club is one of the oldest public courses in eastern Pennsylvania. Located conveniently between Philadelphia, Lancaster, and Allentown in Sinking Spring, the Manor Golf Club offers a true test of golf on a traditional championship-style golf course where shot making takes precedence over length. Visit themanorgolfclub.com for more information.
Let's go to the video board and see what our answer is.
Hi, I'm Dalton Guthrie. How many of us sing in the car? 93%.
Whoa, it wasn't lower, it was much higher. Congratulations, Scott. You got those Mega Blast tickets. The guys took 2 in a row trying to sweep the homestand. That's the PSECU High-Low game.
Well, we're back in action here in the 8th inning at America's Classic Ballpark. And we do have a pitching change. Zach Warren hands the ball over to Jacob Hernandez. The line on Warren, 1 inning, a hit, 2 runs. They're both earned 2 walks and 2 strikeouts on 33 pitches. And Hernandez slowly transitioning into that setup role, taking on the 8th and perhaps the 9th. We'll see how this inning goes. He faces Max George, the catcher, in the number 8 spot, and I do imagine that we will see a pinch hitter for the pitcher in that number 9 spot, but you never know. We'll see. And the 1-0 now, big swing and a miss. Hernandez hits 90 on the scoreboard. Very exciting news, Fightins fans. Tyler Ian, our graphics guy, Ryan Springborn have been working on the first trading card set of the season as George chases another one upstairs. It's 1-2. So the trading card set should be out shortly on your Fightins players from the beginning of opening day until now. Just about all of the guys that played out on the field will get one. And George takes a ball. It's 2-2. So that's pretty exciting. Got some updated shots, updated stats, and perhaps a fun fact or two on the car. Collector's items for sure, headlined by Bryson Stott. And it gets fouled back into the netting. Ball boy coming out to get it. And Hernandez fighting through this first bat of the 8th. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Max George. Kicks and fires home, and a big swing and a miss. Jacob Hernandez comes in, and he gets a strikeout here to lead off the 8th. And strike out a guy who's been on base 3 times today.
Pinch hitting for the Yardgoats.
And there is going to be a pinch hitter, so it will not be Todd who comes out for the next outing. Since we've got a pinch hitter over him, it's going to be Todd Zinergy who comes out. We saw him in the starting lineup yesterday. He had a single and 3 strikeouts. He was also thrown out at the plate by Matt Vierling out right. That was a fantastic throw. And Vierling said when he wasn't sure if Zinergy was going to go on that first fly ball out there, so he hustled it back in, and he threw it real hard. He said it hurt his shoulder a little bit, and then on the next one, he nailed him, and it felt good to get him out. As Zinergy swings and misses. And he falls behind 0-2 to Hernandez. The Phillies trail 1-0 in the bottom of the 9th. A ball coming in high. Lehigh Valley trails 3-0 to Rochester, but they're only in the bottom of the 7th. And the Blue Claws, I believe, are finally starting their game. They are up 1-0 over Wilmington in the bottom of the 2nd after a long rain delay. And a swinging strikeout for Hernandez, 2 straight strikeouts, and there's 2 outs now in the top of the 8th. The Fightin's just looking to get back to bat. Hernandez trying to get a quick outing of relief here. And now we're back to the top of the order with Matt McLaughlin. Take a first pitch outside. Infield, outfield playing straight up. Hernandez leans over. First base side of the rubber, the lefty kicks and fires home. And it is a called strike. Matera pops up, it comes in upstairs. And Hernandez did not get McLaughlin to chase that one. McLaughlin 0 for 4, and he grounded into a double play. And Hernandez gets him to chase this time, and he fouls it back, only getting a piece of it. So the count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. The Fightins lead 5 runs on 8 hits. They've made 1 error in the field. To the Yardgoats, 4 runs on 4 hits. They've also made an error. And Hernandez with the 2-2, sending it deep to center field is McLaughlin going back, and at the wall, it's Gamboa bumping into the wall pad. He makes a huge grab, and that'll retire the Yardgoats in the 8th as they don't get on base. And a big grab for Gamboa out in center sends the Fightin' Phils back to the plate for some offense. They lead 5-4 heading into the bottom half.
Shots Electric has been in business 45 years. Tompkins Vist Bank does everything for us, from our banking to our insurance. They provided us new ideas and solutions. For example, remote deposit. It's very convenient because it's 24/7. I'm confident Tompkins Vist will be with us in the future.
Tompkins Vist Bank and Tompkins Insurance. Service, stability, strength. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Tompkins Insurance products are not FDIC insured and are not bank guaranteed.
The Fightins feature special pregame happy hours every Monday through Thursday at the Yingling Hometown Tap Room. Tompkins Bank Plaza opens at least 2 hours before game time for all happy hours. In addition to $1 off Rusty Rail Brewing thanks to Windsor Distributing, all happy hours feature live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's happy hour every Monday through Thursday home games thanks to Rusty Rail Brewing and Windsor Distributing.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightin's birthday. The Fightin's Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Well, we've got yet another Alvernia University Golden Wolves call to the bullpen as Reagan Todd is done after striking out the side on 18 pitches. And now we'll see Julian Fernandez, 25-year-old, out of the DR. And we'll see what he can do. The final line on Todd. 1 inning pitched. He got the 3 strikeouts and nothing else across. Jorge Bonifacio is going to start off this inning for the Reading Fightin' Phils. They're up 5-4 on the Yardgoats as we start to wind things down here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Hopefully. Hartford is down to their last 3 outs in the top of the 9th. I think we'll see Hernandez come out again for that, but I'm not positive as the first pitch from Bonifacio is outside. This time it's a called strike and it evens 1-1. Outfield back deep to Bonifacio. And he'll take a called strike this time. Here's the offering. It's upstairs. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Bonifacio. 1 for 3 today. That RBI double was clutch back in the 3rd. He's got 5 home runs on the season. Matera 5 as well now. And this one breaks his bat. It's to the first baseman, and he tries to race out the pitcher. And he's not able to as the throw from Montero to Fernandez is in time. Here's Madison Stokes with 1 away now in the bottom of the 8th. Stokes takes the first pitch strike. He's 0 for 3 today. Stokes and Brito, the only 2 guys not to reach base. And here's the offering on the 0-2. Stokes pops this one up. It's going to go into the concourse. And this is crazy, folks. Just coming in right now, Luke Williams, having just been promoted to Philadelphia yesterday, walks it off with a 2-run shot in the bottom of the 9th. The Phillies beat the Braves 2-1. That's his first home run, his first walk-off in just his 2nd day up in the big leagues. Absolutely incredible from the former Fightin' Phil Luke Williams. And Stokes, a bullet right past the third baseman McLaughlin, He's rounding first. He's going to come up to second. Stand up double for Stokes. His fourth double of the season, and he gets himself on base for the first time today.
The center fielder, number 7, Archimedes Gamboa.
That'll bring up Archimedes Gamboa. Gamboa a double and a run scored off Matera's home run in the 6th. Fightin would love one extra run here over the Yardgoats. They lead 5-4 right now. The Yardgoats have 3 outs in the top of the 9th that the Fightins have to get through. It seems like they're going to go with Hernandez as no one's warming up at all. And the pitch, it's inside to Gamboa. Gamboa 19 walks on the season. Still up in the top 5 in the league. Leaning over is Fernandez. Now he stands up tall, looks back at Stokes. Kicks, fires home. Gamboa looks like he's going to check his swing. He makes contact. It goes right into the dugout sharply for Hartford. And I think if he followed through on the swing, I'm not sure if he would have pulled it the other way or if he would have straightened it out. But he stopped about halfway. And now he'll take a called strike 3 as he'll be punched out from Jasinski. And there's 2 outs with the runner on for Nick Matera. Same exact setup as the 6th. He came up with a runner on second after a double, and he sent a home run out of the park. We'll see if he can do so again this time. That would be pretty exciting. Left center field almost hit his face on the video board. This time he'll poke it the opposite way. It's going to drop in front of the right fielder, Melendez. Rounding third and coming home is Stokes. And an RBI single from Nick Matera makes this game 6-4. Huge piece of hitting there from Nick Matera. And as I said before, just so timely these days from the Fightin' Phils in total. And that double now from Stokes, wildly important because it gives the Fightin' Phils a little bit of breathing room as they head into the top of the 9th. Here's Dalton Guthrie. And I'll take a pitch downstairs. Matera not a stolen base on the season, although his counterpart in Colby Fitch had 3. And this one is going to be poked foul by Guthrie. Very exciting here at FirstEnergy Stadium. The 1-1 now to Guthrie. He fouls it back. They're up 6-4. They've had 10 hits compared to Hartford's 4 hits in today's contest. And Hernandez is in the on-deck circle for the Fightin' Phils. He has not had an at-bat yet, and this one comes in over the head of Guthrie, who's lucky to get out of it unscathed, and Matera over to second on a wild pitch. Two balls, 2 strikes now to Guthrie, but he's got a runner in scoring position. And are they going to say that it touched him? I guess they're going to say that it did touch Guthrie. So he's going to take his base at first.
The pitcher, number 45, Jacob Hernandez.
And here's Jacob Hernandez now with 2 runners on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. 6-4 Fightins, but Hernandez certainly has the power behind him. We know he can throw with hard velocity, but can he hit? We'll see. The first offering is downstairs, and he'll take a ball. Guthrie on first, Matera on second. And the pitch downstairs to Hernandez again. And I just want to correct myself before. It looks like they were going to actually intentionally walk Guthrie down to first to face Hernandez. But it didn't work so much in their favor just yet, as 3 straight balls come into Hernandez. They thought the pitcher would be an easy out, and yet it seems like Fernandez cannot find the strike zone. Now he's got a base open, but we'll get back to the top. It's Daniel Brito if we do, and he is right on line for a base hit as Hernandez walks on 4 straight pitches, shifting everybody over. And I think Daniel Brito is due, ladies and gentlemen. I really do. So Brito, the lefty, will step up to the plate. And with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th, we'll see what Brito can pull off. They do have someone warming in the pen. That's Hartford. And the first offering, it's a strike to Brito. Fernandez kicks and fires, and it'll be too low. Gamboa on third. Matera on third. Guthrie on second, and Hernandez on first. The third baseman playing close to the bag, but everyone else playing straight up. And Fernandez sends one home. It is just high. Good framing by George, but he doesn't get the call. And the offering, it's a called strike to Gamboa. It's 2-2 now. He wanted to swing and he hesitated and didn't go around. Bases loaded here, 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. The Fightins are up by 2. And here's the 2-2 offering by Fernandez. Brito right into the second baseman, Montez over to first, and that'll do it. But the Fightins take a 6-4 lead with the timely hitting from Nick Matera. And we'll head into the top of the 9th. Hartford down to their final 3 outs.
61, you in decision. Professional available to answer all of your questions and listen to all of your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership on Pottsville Pike today. The R-Phils and Savage 61 are excited to bring you Fightins baseball live from the comfort of your own home. If you are listening to this now, you're probably watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to check us out on rphils.com/pressbox for all the elite baseball information on the Fightin' Phils. The world-famous Fightin' Phils mascot band celebrates its 21st season in 2021, with pregame concerts starting Saturdays in May thanks to Truist. You heard right, actual mascots playing in a rock and roll band. See Quack the Rubber Duck on lead vocals and guitar, Screwball on drums, Bucky on bass, Change Up on bongos, and Blooper on lead guitar. A real band jamming on the T-Mobile stage before Saturday games this season. Don't miss the one-of-a-kind Fightin' Phils mascot band. Pre-game on Saturdays thanks to Truist.
8, 2, 0,
Well, as we head back into the top of the ninth, I would be remiss if I didn't mention Mimo's Italian Restaurant and give them a big shout out for sponsoring tonight's team feed. Thanks to Mimo's for sending all that delicious Italian food. Their pizzeria and restaurant has been serving Berks County with authentic Italian dishes since its grand opening in April 1999. Mimo's newly renovated space allows for each dining area to have a unique and pleasant atmosphere. With a wide selection of homemade dishes, you'll be sure to find appetizing meals for everyone. Visit mimos.org for more information. And PSECU prevents tonight's attendance report. Tonight's attendance at FirstEnergy Stadium was 2,593. Proud to be one of the largest credit unions in Pennsylvania, PSECU.
Now batting for the Yardgoats is center fielder number 2, Matt Kern.
And Hernandez will come out for another inning of work after he notched 2 strikeouts and a fly out in the 8th. And Hartford down to their final 3 outs. The first offering from Hernandez, it's a called strike. And he'll get Hearn to swing at a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, and he misses. So it's 0-2. Top of the ninth, you're fighting 6 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. Hartford 4 runs on 4 hits with 1 error. And Hernandez sends one home, and it just misses. Hernandez and Matera finally find something to agree on, and here's the 1-2. It's a called strike 3. Hernandez with his 3rd strikeout of his relief appearance now, and Hartford has only 2 outs before the end of this game. Obviously, if the Fightin's able to retain the lead, we do not play the bottom of the ninth. And Sean Bouchard now will be the batter. We'll see what Hernandez can do against him. The lefty kicks and fires home, and he'll get a called strike. Right now, Hernandez, 19 pitches, 13 of them strikes. That is an impressive count. And the 0-1 becomes 0-2 with a called strike. That one misses from Hernandez, and it's 1-2 now with 1 out here in the top of the ninth. And he fouls it off to stay alive. Here's the 1-2 now from Hernandez, and Bouchard sends it up the middle. Running a long way is Gamboa. He's not able to grab it, and that's a stand-up double for Bouchard here in the top of the ninth. Eliuris Montero will head up to bat, and a lot of action going on in the field. Nothing actually happening. Although Stokes came all the way over. I don't know, everyone was moving on that play, but now they're back. Fightin's trying to retain their 6-4 lead to take game 2 over the Hartford Yardgoats. They won last night 5-2. And here's the pitch by Hernandez. It's a called strike. And a called strike inside makes it 0-2 now with one away. There is a runner on in scoring position for Hartford. And lots of fans have stuck out this rain-delayed longer game. And that was Bouchard's 13th double of the season. Pretty impressive to have 13 doubles and just 14 RBIs. As Montero chops one foul, he stays alive. Hernandez leaning over. Now he'll send the pitch home. And this one's going to be fouled off once again. I think it's going to hit the roof, but it comes on the concourse. And a great play was almost made, but a kid has gotten it, and he gets claps from the fans. Love to see that. And he was sitting on all the way on the other side and just been chasing foul balls. He knew the spot to go. And here's the offering by Hernandez. It's another foul ball to the exact same spot. This time it might end up in the plaza. And he'll stay alive. Thanks for joining me on the air tonight. Fightin' Phils fans, Game 3 is going to begin tomorrow at 7:05. Gamboa's got this one in center. We'll see if he makes the throw quick. And he doesn't make the throw as he runs in a little bit. And Bouchard doesn't even attempt to tag over. So now there's 2 outs here for Hernandez with Coco Montez heading up to the plate.
The second baseman, number 5, Coco Montez.
He's got a big cheering section as his family is in town. And they're down 2 runs as Coco Montez, the tying run, is up at the plate. Jacob Hernandez looking for a save here. And obviously a runner on here with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Hernandez sends one home, and Coco Montez sends it deep to center field on the run, Gamboa, and it bounces, and Montez rounding third, Gamboa trailing. He's trying to go home, and he's coming home. The throw from Stokes. Do they get him at the plate? They get him at the plate! Oh my gosh, fans, Coco Montez was so close to walking it off. He tried to go for an inside the park home run. And he gets nabbed at the plate. The throw from Gamboa to Madison Stokes, and from Stokes onto Matera. Matera tags him out at home, and this game ends up being 6-5 as Coco Montez tries to go for a walk-off home run. I have seen nothing like it, but the Fightin' Phils come out on top, 6-4 here in FirstEnergy Stadium. We'll see you tomorrow at 7:05. We are on a 3-game win streak, Fightin' fans. You better join us tomorrow. We'll be here, 7:05.